That's just like the whole point, though. Like, you either live too long to just end up being just not what it was, or it stopped at a good point, or sometimes just stopped too early, where it's just like...
You see, the reason I don't think some of the games I like should end because they don't bring them out every year. It takes like 4 years before another one comes out.
And part of that is because they're prioritizing their best sellers, and then those are like the side projects, and then eventually they're like, they don't sell as well as our main things anyways, and so then they just drop them. It's like, why do you drop them? People enjoyed those games. It's like, because that why waste the time to make them if it's not going to sell as good as our top-rated games? It's just like,
you see, because
you know, their companies are companies. It's always company.
Oh, shit.
It's company first, then they listen. Then it's fans It's fans last. You know. That's how it always seems to be. There's barely any companies that are like that anymore. It's customer first, company last. Or like they think about the fans first.
I gotta redo it. But I was gonna say Dragon Age. Okay, so the reason I think Dragon Age shouldn't end just yet because they ended it with a cliffhanger. See,
they should have at least one more game.
Yes. Okay.
That's what I agree with.
See, Mass Effect, on the other hand, Mass Effect Andromeda, it was a sequel. Was a sequel of the original ones. Okay. But it ended with a cliffhanger again. So I'm looking forward to the next one because thought the game was good. You know what I mean? So I can't say that all games that wrapped it all up should end. You know what I mean? Because because when you wrap something up, you could always make a better story.
See, what I just thought of one example. So like with Resident Evil, no, I'll use Assassin's Creed. Okay. So you know Assassin's Creed, how like they have different assassins pretty much every time. But like with Ezio, he had like 3 games. 3 games. And by like the 3rd game, it was over. They didn't really have any other story to tell from him. So they ended Ezio with that game, and it was like they ended at a good point. Like any more games than that, then it probably would have.
They really need to stop with that series.
It would have been like too much. I think with the 3rd one, I was still fine with the 3rd one. Like all 3 of them were fine in my opinion.
Oh, the 3rd Assassin's Creed or the 3rd Ezio trilogy?
Out of the Ezio's. The third Ezio one.
You were dead. He killed 3. He killed 3. In the 4th, I've already had.
As he died, he took like 3 or 4 with him. He's like, no, but yeah, with 2 Brotherhood and Revelations, by the 3rd one, by the, like Revelations, it was like, all right, this should be the last one.
Yeah, see.
But like, and in Uncharted, for an example,
it's a good wrapping point.
Like, they could keep making Uncharted's by using other characters. That like, so I could see them making more Uncharted's. It's like, but if like per se, like after Uncharted 4 when he was done, and all of a sudden they make like, Uncharted 5 and he's back again, like, and he's older, it's like, why? His story, it's like his story was already wrapped up, and time skipped forward and showed how he's leading a good life now. He's not doing things illegally, you know? Like that's an example of them, like if they were to take something that was done and then just milk it because it sold so well for so many years.
And what I say.
So instead, when they did Lost Legacies and they took like a pre-existing character and went off of it, I was actually fine with it. It was like, oh yeah, they could just keep doing that, and then like another one could be with like Nathan and Elena's daughter, you know, or it could be another Chloe game or whatnot, or somebody else, or it could be no, he's too old. Oh no, it could be Sam. It could be Sam. It could be Sam and Sully, because they still did some things after Nathan retired, so they could do a game during that time.
I was saying that.
So there's still many things they could do with Uncharted. That's why, like, it's just when they like I was saying, like when a character's story's done, and all of a sudden they bring it back again, like, oh yeah, he was done, everything's good. Oh no, he's back again. He has to do this again. It's like, okay, why?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Hey, it's a GameCube controller rubber. That's the point where it's just like, that's when it starts ruining a franchise instead of just continuing.
You see,
with Call of Duties, they're like, the campaigns are different every time, but if with like if you release a Call of Duty game without a campaign, there's almost no reason to buy it. I mean, cause sure, the multiplayers are different every time, just by a bit. It's the same. It's still Call of Duty. It's still pretty much the same. That's why, like with Black Ops 4, it was like no campaign. The multiplayer and whatnot was still kind of similar to Black Ops 3, but it felt worse.
Dude, my hand.
And whatnot. It just what at that point it was like, yeah, there's no point in buying Black Ops 4 because it's just like no campaign to play. The only other two things it was Blackout and multiplayer, so it was like,
Yeah, it's okay.
yeah, no. See, that's the point where there's no need to buy another Call of Duty. And then with the new Modern Warfare, it was fine because the campaign was fine. Then you had like the co-op stuff, which you had to do with online people. And then you got your multiplayer and you got your Battle Royale for people like Battle Royale. So the new Modern Warfare was instantly better than Black Ops 4 in many ways.
Yep.
Like, I instantly liked it a lot better because of all the things you could do, which is probably why they're coming out with the new Black Ops instantly after, you know, Black Ops, Modern Warfare, now Black Ops.
Did you just see what happened to my Pikmin?
Mm-hmm.
It bounced off the guy, and it fell off the map.
Isn't it always fun when shit like that happens?
Yeah. Yeah, he bounced off this green guy, and he fell off the map. But no, I do agree. The thing is, though, oh, he just got.
I don't mind them making new games in a franchise. It's if they're clearly milking a franchise, and the games aren't even that good, or they're just ruining the characters, you know.
It's funny because when you
yeah, pretty much that.
In some of the games I do play, people say they're being milked. It's different characters. It's not the same character. For example, in Dragon Age, it's not the same character.
Call of Duty, it was clearly being milked for a while as well because it's just like they had the bare minimum $60 battle pass, season pass with the $60 game, and then the $120 edition, and then it just kept getting more and more ridiculous, and it's the same thing every year. So it's just like, you know what? Most people are like, why are we buying this every year? We can just buy, if we like Black Ops or like Treyarch's games, we'll wait every 3 years. Or if we liked Activision, Infinity Wards, then we'll wait every 3 years or so on. You know?
Yeah. See, in I keep going about Dragon Age because people
That's
keep
what
saying they're getting
that's what I was
milked.
doing with Call of Duty for a while. I was just sticking to the Treyarch games, because every time I seen like the other ones by like Raven Software, right, and Infinity Ward, they just didn't look that good to me. And then, after Ghosts, I was like, yeah, I'm not buying every.
I like Ghosts.
Because
didn't like it.
The multiplayer wasn't that bad. I mean, the campaign, I did the first level, didn't seem that bad. But after when I tried the campaign, I was like, yeah, no.
I liked Ghosts, but people didn't. I thought the multiplayer was the multiplayer was still there, you know? It was still.
It just didn't. There's a lot of things about it. I couldn't.
The reason I liked it is because the multiplayer was still the multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't change. They changed, but they didn't change everything.
And then because each of them kind of copy off of each other, then we got like 3 boots off of
Which
the
is
ground
the one before
games.
was before Ghosts.
So we got Advanced
after
we got
Ghosts.
Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, and then we also got Black Ops 4 because like, oh, people still like it, but they also want boots on the ground, so let's make a mixture. Didn't work out. So they should have just made it boots on the ground.
I lost 2 more purples. I lost 7 purples.
Off one thing that sucks.
It's okay. I'm okay with it.
No, but yeah.
Oh, there's no point in going over here.
I've gotten to the point with Call of Duty where I'm gonna wait after this Black Ops comes out, just check it out. I'll probably end up getting it after a while, because just at this point I'm just drained of Call of Duty anymore. I mean, I was for a while. I didn't get one until like I tried Black Ops 4, didn't like it, and then I played this one after a while because I seen like, oh yeah, Modern Warfare doesn't seem that bad, and then I started playing it. But it's just like how Assassin's Creed, after when I got to 3, like I just kind of I bought 3 and 4, but I just after starting 3, I was like, I gotta take a break from it, and I never got back to it. because they kept releasing one every year, and I just kept falling behind. I was like, yeah, no, I'm done.
Holy shit! He coughed up a giant apple.
I wonder how he was storing that in his body.
He ate it, but somehow he was bigger than him. That apple was bigger than him.
I guess he has interspatial storage in him.
Inside his body, yeah.
Like Kirby. Kirby could eat a whole mountain and you wouldn't tell.
You
until
could
he
never
spits
tell.
it out.
Oh, insect.
So yeah, the main point
An
is like
insect condo.
some series just shouldn't be like milked as
Forever.
much as they are. They should make new stuff and not be afraid of people not liking it, because
see-
the people that will try it will like it, which will bring more, and then more people will watch people playing it, and then go, oh, this is a good game. I was iffy on it, but then I'll buy it, and then more, or if they don't like it, they'll go, oh.
Do you know how Devil May Cry was created?
Yeah, because it was
Resident
it was
Evil
one of the Resident Evil 4s.
Yeah, it was Resident Evil 4. So I'm kind of glad that they kept with.
And Resident Evil 8 seems like it's gonna be one of the Resident Evil 4s as well, Resident Evil 3.5. That was like so Devil May Cry was one of the Resident Evil 4s, and now Resident Evil 8 is gonna be one of the
And
other
that's when they
Resident
tried
Evil 4s.
something new. You know what I mean?
With Resident Evil 4, they're trying many ways to make it new.
So
That was with why it turned into Devil May Cry is because it was way too different than Resident Evil. So they're like, yeah, this can't be Resident Evil. And so it became Devil May Cry.
That's why he looks like a little bit like Leon.
Yeah.
Blonde hair, tough boy.
Except that his hair is white, gray, white.
It's white. Yeah, he's white hair.
But it's still like the same emo cut and whatnot.
It's yeah, it's white hair. You're too far away.
I noticed there's a decent amount of people too that, like, I think I mentioned this before, but it seemed like there was a decent amount of people that wanted Revelations 3 just like I do.
Okay.
And some of them kind of had a similar idea of what we're talking about, like with Jill and Claire working together or something like that, because there hasn't been a game with like both of them working together. Like you never got to see Jill and Claire really interact.
No, they never.
They were
did.
both in Raccoon City, but they never interacted with each other.
So
Did Leon and Claire ever? I mean, did Leon and Jill ever interact either?
no, they never.
It would be funny if Leon, Claire, and Jill were in the same game because it's the Raccoon City crew.
Survivors.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna complete this level. And I think I'm done for the day.
Team Raccoon City.
Yeah, I think I'm. After I complete this level, I think I'm done for the day. I'll just leave it for where I'm at. You know.
I didn't even realize what time it was. Because
I didn't know either.
when we get into these conversations, it just time flies. Like that didn't even like the.
Didn't seem like that long.
The other 4.5 hours did not feel like 4.5 hours.
Crystal ball, fortune orb.
You know, because we talked so much, and it was just like.
But I do agree that some series should end, but
But then there's others that I can
Don't.
see why they can still go on because it's still in the same universe, but there can be different people, different
characters, yeah.
stories.
For example, the Fables are just the generation.
Final Fantasy is a good example.
In Fable,
It's still the same universe, but different stories, different people. You know.
Yeah, different, even different multiverses. There's different multiverses.
The Final Fantasy multiverse.
Mhm. You know about.
And it seems like there's with Kingdom Hearts when the Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy characters that appear in Kingdom Hearts are like a multiverse version of them, because Sephiroth seemed like he just wanted to fight, but like not really want to end Cloud, you know. And then Aerith is still alive for whatever reason.
You see,
but Zack's gone.
You see about Fable, okay? So in Fable, it's a different person every time.
For everyone.
But it's the grandchild. It's the child of the past hero. So the first one is the child of the second. The second one's the child of the first one. The third one's the child of the second one.
Each one is a descendant of the other one.
Yep. Which is kind of funny because in the third one it says your father, but you play as a female, so it's like, oh, the canon version of the male. Okay.
So you can choose.
In those two you can, yeah. But we'll be back. I think I have
Next
like
time-
I think I have like 2 more levels left of this
Next time we
area.
play, we're probably not going to be ranting, so it'll probably be a completely different conversation.
Yeah, but we'll be back.
Which is always weird to see.
See ya.
Just.
Oh yeah, it's weird to see it cut like that, but we'll be right back.